Hello guys, welcome back, and I wish you a happy Labor Day, and I hope you had a wonderful rest. Okay, so welcome again for this new part of the series, and here I would like us to work on sorry, the profile of the author on any tutorial. So as you can notice here, I added these small buttons here, the bottom, and I also retouched the font, a bit of the display here, made it look a bit cleaner, and added some formatting. Although it's not ready because this is a bit deeper. This kind of another website inside a website. So I'll keep on formatting every time new elements are being introduced. So the work is going to be here today. So I would like to display the author's profile, kind of, I don't know, I usually don't really have a mock-up on how it is going to look like. I just have an idea of how I wish it could be, and then I just start doing it, and as I do, I feel the taste, and I feel happy, I just stop there. So what I'm thinking of right now is to have the author's picture here, then some kind of rounded, and have the biography just right here. So let me try to bring Inkscape and draw it a bit and see how it looks like. So, and then probably have the name here, and the name should be aligned with the social media somewhere here. How that would make sense. So let's Inkscape come and let's see what we have. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is I would like to have the author's picture just like this, then give it some space, and have the biography here just like that. Then the author's name will come here, so some name. Okay, then we'll have the social media here. Let's say something like this. So basically that's what I want, and the whole thing will be in the black box as you see there. So something like this. I think this is all we need. So let me just try, and before we go, let me try to break this down and for you to see how I'm going to tackle it. When I look at this, apart from the background that goes this is the background, so which is currently black. I see two sections, which is this one, the left side here, and the right side. And in the right section, I see other two sections, which is the one above and this one, which contains the biography, and at the bottom here. And on the one and at the top, I see two other sections, which is the name and then the social media. So if I'm to design whatever tools I'm going to use, either floating or whatever, or Flexbox or grid, CSS grid, I definitely have to consider this aspect. And here I'm working with CSS grids mostly. Honestly, I haven't taken much time on CSS grid, so I use Flexbox in my design. So let's try that and see how it goes. And before we go deeper, let's try this the part here, the footer of the article. So let's try to bring back the author's name and all the details concerning the author. So we need author's first and last name, so that should be, I think it should be article, right? Article dot member. If you remember, we had a member table that has an article, or any article belongs to a member, and we did that. So we have to have first name, and let's see what we have so far behind that. Alright, that seems to be working, so let's continue and bring back the last name as well. So member last name, and we also need here we can see, I think I have a Twitter button, so let me just clear this. So we have we have the first and last name, and as we said, we need to have it aligned with the social media, so there is something to consider. And beside, we have the biography. I'll come back to the organization of the code, so let me just bring the code, the content back. So article.member.biography. I hope that was the name of the field. So if you try, oh good, so we have what we need. We have the social media, so let me retouch the buttons. I think here I've inserted font and some 5, so that changes a lot. So instead of far, it should be far, brand, and let's see what that gives. Yeah, we have something. So I think we have, it's a problem with the last one, so which is link. That shouldn't be. Let me make it solid, I think. Yeah, so we have all our social buttons back. Let me not be worried about where they redirect for now. Let me just ignore this content for now. So the next thing is for me to organize my HTML tags in order for them to fit this layout I'm talking about here. So what I'm going to do is try to have a whole container for this, and have a main, another container for this, another container for this. That way I can tell my flexbox, okay, just align these two elements inside the main container. And I will have to do the same game here. Consider that this whole area has a container, and this one too has a container, and then also align them with my flexbox, although it will be broken, but that's how it's going to be. And the same thing goes here. So in order to have that, I said I have the left side is the image, so let me even try to keep the author as the main container. Then the left side should be the illustration, which is the picture or the avatar. So let me make it div class avatar, and then div, because I'm inside Twig, so it seems like image does not take things into consideration. So, and the next div is going to contain, it's going to have let's say biography. No, that would be let me see. I won't even prefer to keep it like aside, something like this. So aside, then so for this, if we consider, when we take the author as the main container and these two as the elements inside the container, I don't actually need to give a class to this one because it's the only aside element, so I can target it through the author class and all this, so I don't have to bother myself with the name here. So to bring the image, I think I have to do img and then I think our images are inside assets / images, and let me ignore it a bit and paste what I have here. Okay, so let me see how we had the image. So / fix / users / then we'll bring our content from article.member.avatar. Alright, that should be fine here. Good. So this brings back my image, and under it I'm just getting my name, and then so we have the first side done. The second aspect is to have the content, and that one too we need 2 elements. So let me see a second. So okay, let me just, this is actually the social media, so I think I'll try to take it right away. And we have name, logo, name, social media. So that one too, I need to have a container, so div, let me say let me call it header some way, but this is the head of that aside. So header, and then so the header will have the name. We close the header, and then beside the name will have the social media. So I would prefer to use a listing. So so for each one of the elements, I'll put them inside a list element, and then go to the end, close the element. I think something broke. So I have to close it. So okay, so inside the header we have two elements already. So the header now is this part, which is this area. So this is what I call the header. So now I'm going to have the biography itself here. So we have the header, and then I use this. Alright, so beside the header we should have a div. Let me just make it inside the div for the biography, and I can give it a class. Then we can call it biography. Okay, so this being said, we have the structure that looks like what I wish I can have, and as a final result. So this aside contains the header and then the biography, and this author contains the avatar and then the aside. So this looks fine. Okay, so let's go and see our CSS and see what we can do. So we go to the front end. Inside CSS, we should look for that's tutorial. So feature tutorial, no, feature tutorial. So I'm looking for something different. Tutorial homepage, no, not this. Article, yeah. So this is a tutorial article. Add it. So I can have it close here. The container code tutorial article header, content, download, and this is the CSS that start the downloads you saw over there. This part of it. So and let me give you some space. Okay, so I would like to add a star for this part here. So we'll start from tutorial article footer. Let me put the order so that I have it that way. So alright, so inside we are going to have the author, and if you remember, the author should be displayed as a flex container. So display flex, specify content space between them so that they can go left and right, or I think I would prefer it to be at the start, flex start. That way, even if the author's biography is huge, it will just try to balance at the left side first and try to go close to the image. And then align items. Align items at the top, no middle. It should be centered so that to look balanced. I don't know. Let me keep it that way for now. Let me make it centered and see. So far, let's see what we have. Seems like nothing serious happens. So let me observe it. So we have the author here. Seems like the star is not being applied, and it's normal. It seems the reason is I haven't started npm run dev. So I haven't started the compilation or the pre-processing of the CSS, so it won't do anything. And I have an issue, so it's telling me Linux blah 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 blah, missing script dev. I think npm run start. Okay, that was the name of the script. So copy is running, and from there my CSS should be compiled. And then this is taking long, so let me try saving and see what we have. Or something. Okay, it's being compiled, so we are good. So let me refresh. Yeah, good. So we can see this whole content is trying to be aligned with the picture. So some way I have to give a minimum size to the picture, so which is the avatar. So the avatar has to have minimum width, flex basis. So let me try that. Let me make it, let's see, 40%. Let's see what that does. Good. Things happen. Let me insist on the width. Width 40%. To give it a width of 40% and see what that does. Okay, it keeps it that way, and that doesn't seem like 40%. So over there. I'm doing it wrong. Okay, let me continue at the other side and see what we have. So we keep it like that. So the next is the outside. So in here too, I have two elements, header and then all this. So what I'm going to do is, and we have to consider something in the mobile. I'm actually kind of designing for the desktop. So on the mobile device, on mobile devices, it should behave differently. So probably the name, the image should be up. The name of the social media come here, so kind of divided here, and then we'll have the biography, something like that. I think that's fine. So in order to have that, I have to consider here. So by doing this, I'm saying, okay, on desktop, just stretch, be aligned on the desktop. So let me add an element flex whip, and then whip. So that means this should automatically break from on your desktop. I'm on a smaller device, so seem to. Okay, let me anyway, it should remain like that. Yes, it is important. So when I wrap it, it breaks down. So let me comment it out and just have a look. Let me focus on the desktop for now. So let me go to the next aspect. So aside, we are looking for header and then div. So for those ones I don't mind, so let me go for the header. We don't have many headers, so let me keep it here. And then we say display flex as well. Justify content, space between them, and then flex group, align items, align content center, align items center as well. And I think this should be attention align flex start. Okay, let's see what we have. All right, this looks cool, and we can see our social media here too is also displayed as a block, so we need to break it. So UL, we'll start by ULLI margin 0, then we add padding 0, then income LI install type none, or display flex as well. Yeah, justify space even. Okay, so we can see the name positions itself here, and then the social media goes over there, and under it we have the biography. Basically we don't need to do anything about that alignment, we don't need to apply any stuff. So what I'm going to do is to try to increase the name and the social media, and then I think that is all, and round the picture. So the social media, the LI, we have the A's, we have the icons. So what are we going to do? So we are going to display the A's, display inline block. It should be inline blocks, and then give them some padding from 5 from top 1 from left and right. Good. And I need to give them a minimum, a mean width, which is probably 50 pixels. That seems too huge. Let me give them a background color. So you can see how it works. Consider the sizes are not all the same, so that makes it really funny. What I'm going to do is all the eyes inside should have font size of probably 25 pixels. So do this. Okay, so if we give them minimum size, so we'll end up having something like this. If they all occupy the same sizes, and I don't have to specify a mean width. Alright, so it should be like that. So let me try to increase the size of the I think that the name is inside H3, so before we go there, let's do this. So H3 here, font size, make it font size variable plus probably 7. Good. It looks some way. Good. So, yeah, not bad. And before that, let me try to run the picture and see. The picture should be inside avatar, so avatar image should have, sorry, I think it is better I give it some weight, some max weight, it's 300 pixels. And then border radius 50%. Right. And here we can see the alignment is not really cool. So let me check what we have. That should be from the parent element, which is that. I say center, justify content. I'm bring it down here. I don't know, I feel like the image goes a bit above, so I don't like the idea. Oh, okay, I see the point. They're all aligned well. I think the H3 has some margins and padding, so I have to fix margin 0, padding 0. I'm still having it coming from this one. Let's see if I do. Like this. Display now. I like the alignment. So this is fine. Okay. I think it's cool. So let me remove the background color here and see. Good. So we have something just like that. I think somewhere I like it. Somehow I just like it. So what I'm going to do is let me press the biography. So the biography should be header. I want to header, so biography. So padding top should be maybe 1 run. And then try to increase the font size there a bit. Keep it by default. looks really huge. So -3. Now I went to the same point too. Good. Somehow. Let me capitalize the name. Let's transform uppercase. Yeah, this matches with the size of these icons here. It looks really equal. And then I think let me see if this image behave the same way. What if I increase? Okay, that's good. Should we make the name bold on top? It should look really fun to wait. Good. Yeah, not bad. Make it that way. If you guys think it is not cool, please just let me know and I'll change it. Wow, I think we have something. One thing I don't like right now is since there's no padding around it and it's kind of getting too close to the edges of the main container, which is let me get rid of this because it seems we didn't use the glass. So the main container being outer, so let me give it some padding all around. One. This should be fine. Wow. Yeah. So it seems like it's contained. I think the padding bottom is not necessary. 0. It actually increases the empty space there. So on desktops, this is how it will look like, and this somehow I designed these things, and it looks easy, but yeah, it is easy. So now let me look at the aspect on how it looks like on small devices. So you can see here something really crazy just happened. So as I was saying, I would like the image to go on top, and then how the name and the biography, the social media line looks cool. And here you can see the main reason why it is not breaking is because I didn't get to use the flex whip here.
Yes.
Whip. So if you will rape it, it will look just fine like this by itself. And that's one of the beauties of using Flexbox. So let's go. So let me just go in and try to add this and then see how it goes. Yeah, it is fine. Now what if I go back to desktop view? What do I have? Seems it's still broken. So what I do in this case is, okay, I want it to be broken on small devices, but on desktop, probably with tablets, I wouldn't like it to be that way. So let me check with tablets. So let me take an iPad, just like that. So see, I think with iPad, I even have to look at the display of the article on the iPad. The padding here is too much, so I still have to cancel this one. So let's just get rid of the image issue now. So even on the tablet, I don't like it to break, so which is swipe. I think it would be better that the tablet and the smaller devices should have the same formatting. So what I'm going to do is I'm saying, okay, I have a mixing core for media queries, so So from tablet, flex rip should be no rip. Am I saying no? Desktops instead. So that way this style will be applied for smaller devices, and to desktop devices it will stop ripping. So if I do it this way and refresh, it won't rip. And when I bring it back to smaller devices, then it will rip. And as this goes on, I wish by then the content should be centered. So we need to do text align center, and Mozilla has this ugly habit of not aligning some content until you add margin auto for the left and right. So I do it that way, and we'll see what will be aligned. So it align our text, but image and other things are not aligned. So, and we need to cancel that on desktop. So on desktop, the margin text alignment should be, do we have something like inherit? Yeah, we should. That means go back to the initial state, and then this should be yes 0, and let's see what that does, and go back to desktop. Good, the text goes back to the left side. So I need to align these ones. So this comes from the author. So text align, so you can see margin is applied. Store. So I need to align to do that on the avatar. So another thing I could do is let me try this crazy stuff, which is something like element or immediate element that inheriting from this parent class author, all of them. Let's apply this. Let's see. Yeah, I got one more, except this one's here not getting aligned, and I think this is 3 things are aligned. Center is not going, and let me do a margin. Yeah, the margin goes. So because I said immediate elements, let me try this. I think I'm being crazy there. That doesn't work. Let me try something crazy. Yeah, let me even see what CSS says about it. Funny enough, it doesn't say anything. So alright, so I think I'll have to go through one by one and try to fix it. And so if I say that, and it goes, and I have to cancel it, revert it with on the desktop. I have to do this. It's 0 and inherit instead. So it will be like that. So yeah, it should revert. And then for the name and the social media, I think I have to go in and look at it. And that's the header. I could also do the same thing for the header. Let me see. Let me take this. Let me try that. Let's see. No, it doesn't make sense. So every single element inside, margin 0. So it seems yeah, I have a class already inside this that cancels it, and it comes just after. So I could have moved this down and it should work. if I do it this way. Still. Okay, I think that's after compilation. Seems it's ordering it. So what I'm going to do is just forget this here, go straight forward inside and try to say good. For the margin 0, just add auto here and probably try to keep the text alignment at the middle and do the same thing. Let me check. Good. And revert it when we go on desktop. So include desktop, margin should be 0, text alignment should be inherited. So you can see one advantage with this kind of mixings is probably you have the chance, one thing sure, I'm sure about it, so you are going to have the chance to learn all those tricks once I publish the courses on CSS and SAS, all these things. So all this is coming up. I'm just warming you guys up, and I'm sure some of you even know how this is done. So text align left, and then we should do the same thing for the social media. So that should go inside that. So margin 0 auto. Good. Let's see what we have. Good. So we have something like this, and I would need some space after the image and have the okay, so we need to cancel this and for the desktops, and let's try that. So everything seems to be coming back normally, and here we can see we need to add some padding for the image because it's kind of gets sticky with text at some point. So first thing is to go back to mobile version, the mobile version, and then add the space and the name. So that's H3. I need to give it some margin top, or just let me make it, yeah, margin top. And then here we cancel all after, so full. Yeah, looks cool. So we need to add a padding for the avatar, so that's some padding right, some 1.5, right? That's on desktop. On small devices we don't need it, so desktop. So wait, what? Yeah, that is it. So yeah, so even if it breaks now, we still have the space around the image, and that looks acceptable. On small devices it looks good. So I'll use the same opportunity to fix the display here. I think I have tutorial content, and then I have columns here. I think this is what I need to cancel. Tablet, I think from tablets, let me make it desktop. Yeah, actually we need this space around from desktop, I think. Yep. And then for the article, I think I need to, instead of tablet, should be desktop. So good. All right, So on tablet we have a cool display like this. Whoa. So I've got something here. Oh, whoa. Because I said it should work automatically if there's no space, so it tries to align itself. Not bad. Ugly though, but let me see. What if I break it? What if I break it? Thanks, web. Right. Okay, anyway, I will surely go through and try to fix that. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed these minutes of CSSing. So meet you next time on another video with another challenge of CSS probably. Thank you very much for watching.